business without drilling a dry hole now and then.
This was more than a dry hole.
What I need is to build a new company. Maybe even bigger than the old Ewing Hall.
She called me. It was the best day of her life. She was on her way home.
Dallas on Wednesday at 8 o'clock on BBC One.
And now on BBC One, another challenge from Noel Edmonds to join the contestants in guessing whatever next.
Welcome once again to the most serious programme on television, and once again we of course address ourselves to the key issues in broadcasting. Tonight we are going to be looking at Page 3 Girls and the subject of whether women are more fearless than men. However, unfortunately, I still have yet to find a traffic warden with a sense of adventure. Excuse me, do me a favour, you vault over that pillar box.
No, I've got a job to do, mate. No. I've got to keep the traffic moving.
All right, okay. Do me a favour. Would you do Singing in the Rain for me, please?
I need your dance with me.
Oh, come on, look, I've got the rain.
I'm going to get wet. Do I get a brolly?
Gee, no. Pretend the brolly.
Pretend the brolly?
Pretend you got the brolly and do the Gene Kelly. Cue. Would you please welcome Graham? Graham, come and join me. Hi. We've just seen one guy there pouring the water in the can over. People that do anything to get on television. Why are you here?
To get on television.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a loss adjuster.
A loss adjuster?
Yes.
Is that a difficult job, adjusting losses?
It can be very difficult. Time consuming.
Yeah. Well, there is a serious side to loss adjusting.
There's a very serious side.
And there's a side that must make you quite inquisitive, because you've got to be a bit of a detective, haven't you?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, nosing round.
Does that mean you're going to be good at this silly...
Well, my nose isn't big enough. It's too small, so I doubt it.
Well, who's your partner you brought along to help you? Because if you don't mind me saying, I think you need help.
I do. Help. Bring on Marvin.
Marvin!
Marvin!
Marvin! Marvin! You're a woman.
I think so, yes.
And you've got a silly name then. How did you end up with a name like Marvin?
I've had it all my life.
Have you?
Yes.
Shut up. How did it come in the first place?
When I was born. My mummy and daddy gave it to me.
Really? But I mean, it's a very masculine-sounding name.
I know. I've had ever such a lot of trouble with it.
Well, you would.
Well, anyway, what is the relationship here? How do you two qualify?
I'm his dresser.
You're his dresser? Yes. Why do you need a dresser?
Well, it has been known that I've dressed up as a condor.
So you are his dresser, so you obviously are going to work very closely as a team.
As long as I agree with him.
Yeah, well, we hope that you will. Anything we ought to know about you? Any interests or anything that would give us a glimmer of hope that you might be some good at playing whatever next?
I've dislocated my hip in the can-can before now.
Have you?
Yes.
That is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, how did you do that?
Well, I was doing the can-can and went down into the splits and it went.
Your hip?
My hip.
Shut up. And were you all right? That must have been very painful.
It was, actually. The audience thought it was all part of the act and laughed as I hobbled off the stage.
From can-can to Ken. This is Ken. Ken is the winner of the Nigel Mansell lookalike competition.
Oh, thank you.
Where are you from?
Thatcham in Berkshire.
What do you do?
I work for British Telecom.
Do you? Doing what?
I work in the repair control in Newbury.
Oh, I see. You're the only one that doesn't sit in the back
That's
of
right,
yellow
yeah.
vans making cups of tea and...
Controlling repairs.
Yeah. What do you do hobbies-wise?
Windsurfing. Yep.
Everybody does windsurfing.
Oh, sorry.
If you ever see a programme where somebody asks, what are your hobbies? It's windsurfing.
Oh, I'm sorry, no.
Is it good fun?
It's great, yeah, super.
Whereabouts do you go to do that? There's not a lot of water
Um,
around Thatcham, is there?
Yeah, there's Burfield Lake, which is a big lake just
Oh,
off the
right.
M4.
Yeah.
But,
That's the one you can see as you go down the motorway.
That's right, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Are you good? Because people spend a lot of time falling off those things.
I can go and come back.
Well, I mean, you can't say fairer than that, can you? That's going to be very useful tonight, if you can go and come back. Who have you brought as your partner?
Well, I thought as we'd been privatised, I'd bring some of the opposition along.
Oh, really?
My sister-in-law,
Yeah.
who works for another company.
Another company.
Another
we won't
company.
mention the
No,
company.
we
What's her
won't
name?
mention her name. Lindsay.
Lindsay! Lindsay! We do come up with some interesting relationships in this. What's he like as a brother-in-law?
Oh, not bad, it passed.
Are you going to be able to work together closely as a team?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
You see much of each other normally?
Yes, quite often at weekends.
Are you a Thatchamite as well?
I am, yes, Thatcham, yes, at the moment.
It's a nice part of the world, that, isn't it?
It's very quiet, yes.
It's quiet?
Quite quiet.
Anything ever go on in Thatcham with cameras wandering around and strange incidents happening in the street?
Not very often, no. We may well get a bit of advertisement out of this.
Yes.
Not at the moment.
Yes. Well, I hope you're going to be jolly good at spotting strange things happening in public places. The prizes are voluptuous. They are. They really are. We have some magnificent prizes in our feature. Spot it, you've got it. They are all sitting back there. But they're not going to be awarded, of course, until the end of the programme, when we find out who is going to win this edition of Whatever Next. We've already seen the traffic warden that would not vault over the top of the pillar box. However, while I was standing there on the street corner, guess who should come along? Excuse me, sir. Would you be good enough to vault over that pillar box there?
I'm sorry, you mean jump over it?
Yes, would you actually have a go at jumping over it?
I know you, don't I?
Don't let that put you off. So, what is the vicar going to do? Is he actually going to take up the challenge? There's the view. There's not a lot to go on, really. Not a lot of other things happening in the background.
I think he looks a rascally sort of vicar. I think he will, yes.
You think he will vault the pillar
Attempt
box? Attempt to.
Give you the bike and you leave him to it.
He gives me the bike. He attempts to vault the pillar box. That it? Nothing else? Does he?
He might post a letter whilst he's at it.
We reckon he'll have a go, but he might have a bit of problem with his skirt, his dress thing.
Or whatever. Yes.
Was he wearing one?
Oh, I think
don't
so.
know.
It looks like it.
But he could give you the bike, because there's no one else to hold it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll give me the bike. Okay. He gives me the bike. He has a go at vaulting.
Yeah.
I'm just particularly keen, in terms of awarding extra points, to know, does he succeed?
No.
No, he
No,
has a bit
because
of
of his,
trouble with his clothes.
He does not succeed.
No.
And you have said he will do it,
But he'll end up sitting on the top of it, probably.
but he'll end up
Yeah.
sitting on top of it. Okay?
Okay, hold my bike.
Certainly. Well done. So, we're giving you that. We're going to give you that because you didn't actually get it right, in the sense that he did a headstand on top of you and near enough. We'll have 10 over here and 5 over here so far. Can I ask you, Marvin, do you like Bond movies?
Oh, James Bond.
Yeah.
I used to.
Who's your favourite Bond? Bond?
Oh, Roger Moore, without a doubt.
Roger Moore was your favourite
Yes,
Bond.
definitely.
About Lindsay, who do you think was her favourite Bond?
Probably the same.
Roger Moore. Would you be a Roger Moore?
Sean Connery.
You'd have been a Sean Connery. Have a look at these people coming up now. First of all, that lady. We asked her for her favourite Bond. Who does she name?
She'll probably say Roger Moore, I think.
Marvin?
Roger Moore, I think she'll say.
You think she looks a Roger Moore lady? And what about over here? Ken and Lindsay?
Well, there was another one, wasn't there? George Lazenby.
There was.
We'll
You've
go
got a
for
good
him.
memory. George Lazenby.
Roger Moore. What's it going to be?
Sean Connery.
Okay, we'll try again. Lindsay and Ken. Who do you think on this side?
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
The other one was Sean Connery. He's a young chap too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's young, isn't he?
Yeah, he's young, yeah.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Roger.
Roger Moore for the young one. Marvin and Graham.
I think Timothy Dalton, the latest one, wasn't he?
Timothy Dalton, the latest one. Oh, Marvin, that's interesting.
Current guy. Timothy Dalton was his name.
Yes, very good. Well done, Marvin. 11 plays 5. Good evening. What's your name? Maureen. Marvin, what do you think this lady's preference would be if she had to choose a favourite James Bond?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. And what do you two think?
Yeah, we'll
Lindsay?
go for that.
Yeah. 2 votes for Sean Connery. Sean Connery, it would it be? Okay. So there's a point each there. And what about this lady here? Ken and Lindsay, what do you think?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
Yes, we agree
Marvin
with
and
Roger
Graham?
She says Roger Moore.
You're trying to hold this game in deadlock, aren't you? I can tell you're playing tactics over there. Could I ask you, please, who's your favourite James Bond?
Him.
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 Oh.
And why have you pointed at him?
That's his name, James Bond.
James. I've never met James Bond before. James Bond, very nice to meet you. James, do you get ribbed a lot at school?
Yeah.
Yeah? What do they all say?
Whenever I walk past, they sing a song.
Do they?
Yeah.
It's quite good fun, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't mind being James Bond?
No.
You never know. One day you might grow up to be James Bond in a film or something. Thank you very much indeed, Mrs. Bond and James Bond. And we haven't really changed too much. We've got 12 over here and 6 over here. And now, Lindsay, do you believe that women are braver than men?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Always,
Yeah.
whatever the situation.
9 times out of 10.
9 times out of 10, a woman will be braver. Do you agree, Graham?
No.
No?
No.
The push to it,
Oh, straight to it.
men are more fearless. Well, I stopped this lady to put that question to her. Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you agree with the old theory that women are braver than men?
Definitely.
Definitely. Step
Yes.
this way. A quick test. Just gonna put you to the test here. Now, in this box, we've got something very, very pleasant. In fact, a number of them. And I want you to put your hand in that box and get one of them out to prove that women are braver than men. Would you do it? Would you now like to give your considered opinion?
I think she'll bring a frog out of there.
Yeah.
And it'll turn into a prince.
Wonderful,
Would
Ken.
you give your kiss?
Wonderful. And she will kiss me or the
Yeah.
frog?
You.
Fine, it was a toad, actually. Never mind. That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'll give you one more time to come up with something more sensible. Any ideas here? Is she going to do it?
Yes. Well, she doesn't know what's in there.
Yeah.
She's going to put her hand in.
And then
She's going to be
scream.
really surprised. And I think she might pull it out, realise what it is and give it to you, or throw it at you.
Okay, right. Like it, very good.
Yeah, we'll stick with that.
You're sticking with your
Yeah.
prince.
Stick with that,
She takes it out and it turns into a prince. This is going to be good. This one I can't wait to see.
Oh, how do you think? Oh, it's hot. It's
What's wrong?
It's wet and warm. Memories.
Tried to buy them off me. It was a magic moment. 17 plays 11 at the moment. 17 here, 11 over there. Got some more quickies for you. Do you approve of page 3, girls, Lindsay?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, they're not hurting anyone, are they? They're quite enjoying themselves, making a bit of money.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ken?
Yeah, I agree with him. Yeah. All right by me.
Have a butcher's now. because it's the same verdict. Do you think this person is going to approve of ladies showing their boobies? What about that chap? Does he look a conservative fellow who doesn't like it, or does he look like the sort of fellows?
Yes, he looks like the sort that would enjoy
Yes,
it.
he'd enjoy it.
Oh,
He'd
yeah.
enjoy it, certainly.
No, we need a few points here.
Yeah, you do need some points.
Yeah, we need some points, yeah.
Yeah.
Should we say no this time?
Well, we can give it a
Stick
go.
in
Yeah, we'll say no.
You say
Yeah,
no.
we'll
No here, yes here. What there?
No.
Yes, good. Gap closes. Another one. Got another one for you. Another chap.
We'll go for yes.
Yes.
Oh, we'll say no then.
And a no.
Are we?
All right.
Oh,
then.
yes.
A yes, a no.
No.
No. So they're going ahead again. Step this way, please, Noel. Oh, well, I am. So, what about? Hello, James. How are you? James Bond. Have you met? Could you look at this lady, please? And how do you think she would feel on the subject of partial nudity in newspapers? What do you think over there, Ken? Do you think this lady approves of page 3?
Yeah.
Yeah? And Marvin?
I think she would probably agree.
Oh, this is deadlocked here. They both feel that you approve.
I think it's rather disgusting, myself.
You think it's rather disgusting? Any particular reason? There was a murmur of agreement from behind me.
If they've got more than I have, they're showing it. I haven't got to show.
Oh, a verdict based on jealousy. That's not good. Thank you very much for your opinion. And now we have another lady here. Look at her closely, please. And could you tell me, what do you think her verdict is going to be? Does she agree with the member of the audience sitting next to her? Marvin, a verdict, please.
Yeah. I think we agree that she would.
She approves. And Lindsay?
No, we think she might be a bit upset by it.
Do you think she would be upset?
Yeah.
Could I please have your opinion in the matter?
I do approve. I was in fact a page 3 girl in the early 70s.
You were a page 3 girl in the early 70s,
Yes.
were you? And was that fun at the time?
Yes, I had an enjoyable life as a model.
Did people ever criticise you? Or?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thank you very much indeed for joining us. We've got a score of 19 against 12. Look this way. An empty stage, empty for the moment, but we're going to meet somebody quite incredible in a second. There's some glasses back here, a decanter. We also have a record player, a music stand and a piece of music on it. All we need now, ladies and gentlemen, is the quite incredible Clarence Pickle.
Sorry, Noel. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Clarence.
It's gorgeous to be here, Noel. I'm absolutely agog with excitement. I am.
Good. And not a little overacting as well.
I get carried away in front of people, Noel.
Now, Clarence, we need to know a little bit about you, because these poor people sitting open-mouthed now are going to have to try and work out what your particular claim to fame is.
Yes.
Where are you from, Clarence?
Kettering.
Kettering?
Yes, that's right.
What sort of things do you do?
Oh, I'm a bank manager there, Noel, you know.
You're a bank manager in Kettering?
I am.
I think you've lied.
Yes, I have. I work in a supermarket, Noel.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. So there. And I have hobbies. Is that what you're going to ask me next?
Yes.
I do windsurfing. I want to get carried away. I yodel. That's another hobby of mine, I do.
Go, give a burst.
Do you want one now? I do the shoe plattling normally, but I won't tonight.
Yeah.
Out of deference to all that lot.
Well, I think we've got a little bit of the flavour of the talent. Prepare yourself, my man.
Yes.
Clarence Pickles, as you can see, quite a character. Clarence, just one more clue, please.
Right.
Oh, don't do any more. Could I please ask you to tell me what you think Clarence is going to do? And according to how near you get to it, we'll grade this out of 10 points, and you don't need me to tell you you need the points. Ken and Lindsay, would you please have a think? What is Clarence Pickles' claim to fame?
Well, he's from Kettering.
He's from Kettering?
Worcestershire.
I wouldn't believe that.
So he's got a bit of a sauce.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Very good. Very good.
Like that up.
He's gonna sing.
So come on, what do you think?
Something backwards, isn't he?
Yes.
While drinking. Has he got some drink up there?
Yeah.
Was that
Maybe
empty?
upside down. But
He's going to sing something backwards while drinking. Marvin and Graham.
Yes, we decided he was going to sing backwards. That's why he's turned his music upside down.
And
so
why
he
he's
can
wearing
read it.
everything backwards.
Yes, he's a backwards man.
Came in backwards.
So he'll probably play the gramophone backwards as well to sing along to it.
Can I just ask, you're both going for backwards singing. What might he sing?
I'm forever blowing bubbles.
I'm forever blowing bubbles. All right. Clarence, I think...
Don't leave this, by the way, that's all rubbish there.
Yes. I think, Clarence, they're after you. Clarence Pickles, can we please have your claim to fame?
War fix this man now. Im die flirts liu, im die flirts liu. Oh, the God liu. It is the talk was not the pay. Now what talk? Sneeze this dear. Now the lobby in your got liu. Wow, more free in him. Yeah, him is all lad or reg now.
All right, well, you both correctly identified the fact that he was going to be doing some singing backwards. It wasn't the Albanian national anthem, by the way, so if that gentleman in the front would like to sit down now. Have you any ideas what it was? Any ideas at all? Could you identify?
Wow, more free in him.
Thank you, Clarence. That's clarified it enormously. That's really helped a lot. Any ideas?
Men. It starts with men. Men of Harlech.
Men of Harlech.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I think through the miracle of fine engineering, we can actually hear it the correct way.
When the road that losing my head, many years from now, we start designing the valley. Wait, things go to the wine.
When I'm 64. When I'm 64. Beatles song. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, the somewhat eccentric Clarence Pickles. Yes. You see why the programme's called Whatever Next. You really do wonder. It hasn't really changed too much in terms of the overall result, but it means that there's 17 here, 24 over here. Congratulations. And commiserations. Thanks very much for playing along. Ken Lindsay. Ken Lindsay, thank you. Yeah, you are right. Graham has just said now comes the hard bit, and he's not joking, because behind the prize wall there are 6 prizes. I'd very much like you to take home as many as you possibly can. You deserve it. However, spotting the identity of those prizes is the big game now. Watch the films very closely, look for the prizes, spot them, and you've got them. This is called Bedroom Giggles. No, we're not giving a label away. Now remember, there's 2 prizes in each scene. What radio?
Champagne.
Champagne, yes.
And Alistair MacLean's. Duvet.
Nice duvet.
Yes, duvet.
Ooh.
Oh, the champagne's back again.
Yeah, more champagne. Difficult, isn't it? Nice.
Nice set of
Silver.
And the spoon.
Oh, jewellery. She's wearing nice earrings.
Yeah, jewellery. Oh,
didn't like that.
Self-defense course. Little pooch. Who's this?
Word processor.
Vegetarian food's really the business.
Oh, yes.
When you've got guests coming for dinner, you toss any little thing in to make a really simple
You know what I mean.
salad.
You're talking about a word processor.
I think they featured that one quite well.
Spice rack.
Oh, yes, spices.
Whole set of plates serving.
This looks delicious. I'm sure my dinner guests are going to really enjoy this. Let's go and see.
again.
And you got the candelabra back again.
And then the bunnies all sitting around.
Yeah. And he's getting all worked up now because there was champagne all over the place, candelabras all over the place. Please come all over this place to the prize wall. Keep thinking about it. Keep thinking. You do look perplexed. You've not been this quiet all evening, all day. Graham and Marvin, I wish you luck. You have 1 minute. Start the clock. Scene 1 and door 1. What do you think is prize 1?
Oh, the alarm clock.
The alarm clock.
Alarm clock radio.
Alarm clock.
Stop the clock. Alarm clock radio. Open door 1. Yes. You're going for door 2.
Duvet.
Sorry?
Duvet.
Stop! He's gone immediately for a duvet. Open door 2.
Got
that. Yes! Very good. You're not half the Dumbo you look, are you? Right in there. Straight at 48 seconds. Loads of time to play with. Start the clock. We got 3. You're on to the second scene. Can you remember what it was?
Champagne.
Remember what the
Champagne.
Came on the next one.
Champagne.
Champagne. Yeah.
We'll be serving refreshments later, sir.
Champagne.
Champagne?
Yeah.
Stop the clock!
Yeah.
Stop the clock. Open door 3. They're going for champagne. You are right. You've got your own case of champagne.
Oh, that'll do. We'll go home now.
You've got 33 seconds. Start the clock. 4. What do you think could be on 4?
After that, it was the
Try and picture the whole scene.
candelabra. Cutlery.
Cutlery. You're going for the cutlery.
Silver
Stop the clock.
spoon.
Stop
Oh
the
no,
clock.
the
Stop.
food processor.
Stop.
No, don't be
Stop
silly.
the clock. I'm going on the first thing you said, which
Yes,
was the
spoons
cutlery.
and the cutlery.
You're going for the silverware cutlery. Open door 4. There's the candelabra.
It is 2 and the candelabra, so we must cut that one out from the next
Start the
one.
clock. You've got 22 seconds. Think about it. The candelabra's gone. So
Yeah,
what could
right,
it possibly
so-
be?
Food processor.
Word processor.
Stop it! Stop the clock. He keeps calling it a word processor. I wonder. Could we please see what is behind door 5? What a shame.
What a
Spice rack,
shame.
Knives and whatever. But you're doing well up until then. You've now
Very
got
well.
17 seconds. Plenty of time. Start the clock. Have a think about it.
That came before.
What?
Food processor. We're saying the food processor.
But
that came afterwards.
it did. Oh, it's at the same time?
Don't
getting
blow
higher.
it. Don't blow it. You've got to say
Food
quick.
Food processor.
Stop! They're going door 6 for a processor. Open. Well done.
Yeah.
So you've done incredibly well. You only lost out on the spices there. Brilliant. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed playing Whatever Next.
Thank you very
Congratulations
much.
for doing so well on Spot It. You've got it. Well done, Graham. Thank you very much, Marvin, for coming along. Thank you to you for watching. And I hope you'll join me again when we'll have more prizes and more strange, unpredictable things going on in Whatever Next. Good night. Well done. Very good.
On 2 in a minute, a comedy film starring Woody Allen as the sleeper who wakes up in the 22nd century to try and adapt to a strange world after 200 years in the deep freeze. In Panorama on BBC One in half an hour, Tom Mangold talks to American Secretary of State George Shultz to assess what lies beyond the Reagan-Gorbachev summit next week. And that's here on BBC One.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Martin Lewis and Debbie Thrower.
will gradually go round from a southeasterly point. The wind strength still basically the same and still strong enough to give some gales down in the southwest. Tomorrow this little front will introduce more in the way of cloud and some flurries of sleet or snow, particularly on the high ground, but it's these frontal systems further south coming on Friday that will be bringing a bit of a change, some very heavy rain indeed, but at least it will introduce some warmer air, particularly into the southwest. It was a pretty cold night last night. Aviemore down to -9 degrees Celsius, some freezing fog patches around, and there's a bit of a turn up for the book in the Outer Hebrides, Benbecula with a frost down to -2 degrees Celsius. And still some mist patches hanging around here this afternoon, just the odd shower perhaps on that southeastern coast, but another fine day for much of Scotland. Coming further south and west, 1 or 2 light showers around, but here a good deal of dry, bright and sunny weather as well. Much more in the way of cloud along these southern counties, but here too there could be just the odd isolated shower around, and you notice already perhaps the odd one tending to look a bit on this sleety side. Temperatures today, well, not marvellous down in the south, only around about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius. Aviemore unlikely to get above freezing today, and normally we expect temperatures to rise during the day, but in fact it's one of those days when they're starting to fall, getting down to 4 degrees Celsius just about now. Tonight, dry just about everywhere, but there will again, I think, be some of these freezing fog patches, particularly in those sheltered glens of Scotland. And a cold night coming up too. There again, -5, some icy patches to watch out for, particularly in Scotland. Most places feeling bitterly cold, and even in some central parts of England, Wales and Ireland, the temperature getting close to 0, and those winds still pretty strong overnight as well. Tomorrow, well, it'll be a fine day again for Scotland once the mist and fog is cleared away. Most of us, it's going to be continuing fairly cold, but much cloudier in the south and some light rain coming, many places staying dry, but on the high ground, that rain will be of sleet or snow. Moving into Friday, still fine in the north, but that cloud, rain, pushing gradually north. It will be of sleet or snow, particularly on the high grounds, and 1 or 2 showers coming into the southwest as it turns a little bit warmer. And for the weekend, well, things do change in Scotland, clouding over, some snow, some maybe heavy falls, particularly over the high ground or in the highlands, and a fair amount of heavy rain, and that will gradually begin to swing its way southwards as we go through right into the weekend, but some brightness in the south. That's it from me.
It was an accident just after Christmas. It nearly killed Connie Taylor, aged 11, but she lived after brain surgery, but only a kind of life in coma, suspended in limbo, her mind unreachable.
Tonight, in this second part of The Visit, Desmond Wilcox follows the ups and downs of Connie Taylor's path to recovery.
There are still wild swings in Connie's behaviour. She tires easily, rejects the lesson, retreats into the baby condition that the head injury has brought her back to. And also, it's as though she senses and resents that she's having to relearn the simple skills that vanished in a split second on that Christmas night.
A lot of hard work. There was a lot of hard work. I mean, she looks all right, but when I'm out with her, I'm constantly watching that she is behaving normal. And she overheard me saying that one time. She's, "But I am normal. There's nothing wrong with me."
The Visit, Towards Light, tonight at 9:30 on BBC One. Here on 1 in 20 Minutes, Henry Kelly hosts another round with the hopeful contestants going for gold. Before that, Neighbours, and a bit